The Vetter Foundation was formed in 1992 by Jack and Eldora Vetter as a way to impact people's lives locally, nationally, and around the world. Since purchasing their first nursing home facility in 1975 to today operating more than 30 facilities in 5 states, the Vetters have been blessed with great success.
The company grew through the purchase of a number of nursing homes through the late 70s and through the 80s. Before we started building our own facilities, we bought facilities. And after a few years, the company began to make some profits. And having a biblical teaching of tithing on your profits, we wanted to incorporate that into our philosophy of the company. So in 1992, we put in place a 501c3 corporation and called it Vetter Foundation.
From the very beginning, Jack and I have always loved charitable work and missions, and that has been part of our hearts all our lives.
The Vetter Foundation is really a daily reminder for all of us that we stretch far beyond the walls of what we do every day, and we have a purpose greater than making a profit. The profit inside our company really allows us to stretch beyond the 4 walls and to touch people in many parts of the world.
The core dollars that come into the foundation are from 10% of the profits made from our company as a whole. And then the second part of that is through Vetter Foundation's golf tournament, we raise a good sum of money every year.
We started the Vetter Foundation Golf Classic several years ago. From its very inception, became a very successful event. We started out with a few people playing golf, and today we have 216 golfers. We have over 70 volunteers who are out there to create a wow experience for everybody who comes. And so over the years, we've raised in excess of $1 million to support a variety of different causes and charities.
The funds from the golf tournament, 100% of them go into the foundation for distribution for very charitable programs and events.
As a private foundation, we're very selective about the causes that we give money to. And I know there are so many great organizations out there who are in need, but it's unfortunate we can't give to everyone. So we're continually looking at the organizations we're involved with and making sure that who they are, what they do, and the cause that they're involved with is consistent with Jack and Eldora's heart and where they want their dollars to go.
One of the measurements that I personally do is how much of that project is administrative cost and how much of it really goes for the intended purpose. And if it's a small amount administrative, I'll let it pass. If it's very much, then I'll pass the project because I don't believe in paying administrative costs. My goal with donating and helping in missions is to do projects, something that will last and last and last and be there forever.
While Vetter Health Services is known throughout the healthcare industry for providing quality care and quality of life to their residents, the Vetter Foundation extends those principles globally to people of all ages through supporting worldwide missions work.
And I personally never ever felt a goal to go and be a missionary, but I felt a desire to support what they do. And I've, through the years, had the opportunity to be involved with missions to support the work, both stateside and in foreign countries, to do the betterment of people, their spirituality, their health and welfare.
Convoy of Hope, a faith-based organization providing children's feeding initiatives and disaster relief, is one of the charitable organizations that benefit from the generosity of the Vetter Foundation.
Convoy of Hope out of Springfield, Missouri is a non-denominational group that started out as a source to help areas where there was tornado disasters, fires, tsunamis, all those kind of things, and they developed a tremendous organization. They just have rows and rows and racks, but they keep stocked all the time, ready to go. And in the parking lot are semi-trucks all ready to go, drivers all ready to go. It's instantaneous.
Another beneficiary, Africa's Hope, delivers resources for churches and Bible colleges throughout Africa.
Our commitment to Africa Hope is that our Vetter Foundation will buy the computers and pay for the travel for 1 or 2 people to go to that Bible college in that country. And then they put the project together, a network, the computers, do a Computer 101 program on how to use them, because some of the users have never sat behind a computer before.
Mission of Mercy is a child sponsorship organization helping to meet the physical and spiritual needs of children in poverty-stricken areas of the world.
We both have always had a heart for children because we feel like you change a child and you change part of the world. On one occasion, Jack took a trip to the Far East. It included Calcutta and was pretty much his introduction to Mission of Mercy. And while he was there, he visited the school and the feeding program.
Anytime you travel to countries like India and you see people sleeping on the streets, little kids that sleep on a piece of cardboard, you see them without clothes because they can't afford them or don't have them, your heart goes out for them.
And so for years and years we have supported a number of children in India, and now of course it's reached to many other countries of the world, and we support children in Ethiopia and Sri Lanka, and every month I think we support 47 children now.
And it's not only do they feed them, but they clothe them and send them to school. So they get a new lease on life with their education also. It is a project because you're creating a new life out there, and that life carries on.
The Vedder Foundation is even involved in educating tomorrow's church leaders.
There's been a few times in my life, in fact, quite a few times in my life, when I really felt that God's special leading. And probably the Bible school in Ethiopia was one of those times when you just knew that you were walking with God.
The country of Ethiopia had been under communist rule for many years and had just came out from under communist rule to an independent source of politics. And this opened up for the churches to be free again and to have open services.
We went to like 7 different churches on Sunday morning, and there would just be people everywhere waiting to get into the next service.
Having been under this communist bondage for so many years, there really wasn't any teachers or anybody to carry on the work, the spiritual work of developing churches, ministers, teachers, and so forth. So the need was there for Bible college for this educational purpose. So Eldora and I went with a group of couples and flew into Addis Ababa. And the goal was to be able to start a non-denominational Bible college. There was a missionary already there who took up the charge. And before we left, we had rented a building to start the Bible college.
There's about between 30 and 40 graduate a year from the Bible school. Over the years, there's been 300 or 400, or maybe even now up to 500 young men and a few women. A few women have graduated from the Bible school, so that's exciting.
One of the Vedder Foundation's greatest endeavors is a company they founded, Water for the World. Water for the World has completed more than 100 water well systems in hard-to-reach areas of the world. Although each well costs between $15,000 to $25,000 and takes up to 30 days to complete, the Vedders consider this time and money well spent.
I know that a baby dies every few seconds because of unclean water in Africa. And when you think about that from a mother's perspective, that's pretty tough. And when I see a mother out dipping water out of a mud hole to do her cooking and to give her children to drink, that's pretty hard to take.
We put in place Water for the World for the purpose of drilling water wells in the country of Kenya. And we own the equipment and go to the very, very remote areas where no other well drillers will go and put water wells in these areas. It's not only the drilling of the well, it's putting the pump in, it's putting the supply tank in, it's a distribution. Every well, I believe, impacts anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 people.
In the United States, the Vedder Foundation sponsors educational opportunities that impact not only their team members, but the healthcare industry as a whole.
In our industry and in our company, it's always been very important to me that we have quality people that work for us and that we can further their education and their desire to fulfill our mission, vision, and values.
It's our honor to be involved with our local healthcare associations in the states where we have facilities, and we provide dollars for scholarships to various disciplines inside of long-term care. We had the opportunity through the Vetter Foundation to partner with the University of Nebraska Medical Center to secure a grant through the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. That grant allowed us to provide training, 2 specified areas. 1, gerontology training for our nurses, and 2, a nurse executive leadership course. The Gero course isn't something that's just isolated to Vetter Health Services, but it really is a training program that spans the United States. And it's a real opportunity for nurses to expand their expertise and their credibility in terms of serving the elderly. We also provide a conference every year for our leadership to teach them servant leadership practices and philosophy. And then we have our own program called Take Time to Care. And Take Time to Care is a fabulous way to explore the heart of who we are as a company. Inside that program, we talk a lot about how we treat one another, how we treat our residents and our families, but also how we live life to the fullest as well.
The Vetter Foundation also encourages each of their facilities to reach out to their local communities.
You know, our facilities have really supported the Vetter Foundation Golf Classic in a number of different ways. Many of them raised dollars and contributed to the foundation for the Golf Classic. And so a few years ago, we wanted to find a way that we could give some of that money back. So we set up a matching grant kind of situation where if the facility raised $500 for a local nonprofit, we would match that through the foundation. So every year we set aside that $500 per facility so that they can raise some money and we can support their efforts as well.
We love it when the facilities get into project because they're closer to the situations than we are, and they know the true needs, and it's very heartfelt when they do it.
So it could be anything from raising money for a small town community theater to maybe a volunteer fire department, or maybe it's a cancer walk to find a cure for cancer. Whatever is at the heart of that facility and what's important to them, we want to be there to help support.
As local charities and causes in each facility's community benefit from the foundation, it is important to acknowledge that every member of the Vetter Health Services team, no matter what their job or location, is an important contributor to the foundation.
There is no question that our family of employees make the foundation be successful. It's what they do on a daily basis with mission and vision values, and then the foundation gets to be a great byproduct of that. And if it wasn't for them, the foundation wouldn't be here.
And periodically, Jack and I have breakfast to just discuss some of the big picture items that are affecting the company. And one morning our conversation went to the Vetter Foundation. And I made a comment to Jack, and the comment was, I wish I could give like you and Eldora give. And he looked back at me very lovingly and said, you do. I said, I'm sorry, I don't understand that. And he said, you do. I said, Jack, you got to explain that. And he said, you know, every day that you help this company be successful, you help the foundation be successful. And as we left breakfast that morning, it struck me that that's true for everybody in our family. Every family member inside of Vetter Health Services impacts the success of the foundation every day. It's not just what we do in our jobs every day, but it's success of that facility that then helps the foundation raise more dollars, and of course we then have opportunities to touch more people.
From helping local neighbors in need to making sure children in Africa have clean water to drink, the reach of the Vetter Foundation is truly life-altering for everyone involved.
You know, I'm not sure Jack and Eldora really understand the legacy that they created when they started the Vetter Foundation. It's because of their generosity that other people have a desire to give and have found it in their heart to become more generous people. And I really think this gift is going to go on and on and on.
We forget that we have a broader purpose in life, and the foundation gives us the resources and the ability to reach out beyond what we're doing and help someone else. There's a joy in giving that comes in no other way. Whichever one of the people in the Bible that said is more blessed to give than receive knew what they were talking about, because it's way more fun to give than it is to receive.
But to me, it's a part of life that people miss if they don't do it. Because I don't care whether you're giving back knowledge or wisdom, education, missions. People are missing a lot of life if they don't give back. And it'll come back to you. Giving will always come back to you.
With one small seed, the potential for growth is endless. The Vedder Foundation's mission is to plant and nourish those seeds globally and truly impact countless lives around the world.